Welcome, women's wellness community. I am your host, Lucy Coutinho. This is my lovely co host, Nahal Horn. We're bringing you a topic today. We'll be discussing high functioning depression and what it means and some signs to look out for. And we're also going to offer some professional tips on what to do to help you with that. If you do experience some of these symptoms, or if you know a loved one or someone that may benefit from these tips.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Welcome. I'm so excited for us to talk about this. I think it's such a hidden experience that women go through, men go through, especially people postpartum go through. I think I went through it without ever being diagnosed. So I'm excited to hear about your the things to look out for because I'm sure I'll tick off some of the boxes or I have in the past. So yeah, I'm excited to get started. And I know you are in this professional field, so you have so much knowledge and wisdom now to share with us. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I'm really excited and fortunate to be able to share. My love for definitions. I always
Yes.
like to start off with definitions. So, high functioning depression is a term that describes people who have symptoms of depression but are
Mhm.
able to maintain a stable life, right? So you're able to go through your regular routines, care for your families, go to work, just attend your normal functions and things like that.
Yeah.
And this is not a formal diagnosis. I just want to state that. But people with high functioning depression may experience similar symptoms to those with clinical depression. They're
Mm.
very, very similar. And I do want to go down the list of some of those symptoms and let me know if you,
Yeah.
Nahal, have been experiencing any of these. So, sadness, hopelessness, or helplessness.
A little bit. I mean, just state of the world can make me sad, but just like with no reason, no.
Yeah, with no reason. So, if you're watching something or you're reading something, you learn of something, it kind of gives you that feeling of sadness, right?
Oh yeah, and just like, personally, there's a family member right now who has a terminal diagnosis, and that itself is very, very sad. So, experiencing sadness because of external circumstances and the people I know and love around me, yeah, I feel very sad, but for no reason, no.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. So we'll take that off the list for you
Yeah,
then.
for now, right?
So loss of interest in activities that you previously enjoy.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. When was the last time I did something really? I've been spending a lot of time with friends lately because I've had a lot of influx of friends visiting. Two friends from different regions came to visit this last week. And that's why I was juggling a lot, but it was enjoyable. It was socializing. It was laughing. It was being silly. It was the whole gamut. But doing things just me personally, like private activities, exercising. I haven't done that in a while, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So no, I have not lost interest in that.
So losing interest would be like if a friend called you and wanted to hang out and come over, or
Oh,
you would
I will
probably
say
say,
sure.
right, you would say sure, right? So that's good. But if
But if you're going through like a depressive episode, you may want to just say no, I want to stay home, right?
right, that's how you, yeah, exactly. So that's good. So
Yeah.
we'll take that off your list as well. Changes in eating habits, such as overeating or poor eating, poor appetite, I should say.
I think I've eaten a lot more in the last 2 weeks just with eating out, socializing. So I've noticed I've been eating more, but it's just because you go to a restaurant, you eat more. You have friends over, you have like a whole bunch of food out, you just cook more. So no, I don't think there's anything changed for me in that realm. No.
That's good. Okay,
I'm
that's
like,
good.
wait a
That went off.
minute.
Good. Trouble sleeping, or you're sleeping too much.
Well, my husband wakes up once a night, and that wakes me up. No, if my head hits the pillow, I'm usually gone. I'm out. So no. Hmm.
That's
No.
good. So you sleep well and you're not sleeping too much. Okay,
No.
that's good.
Moms don't get to sleep too much.
Yeah,
Well, moms with young kids, young children.
right. That's accurate. Difficulties concentrating.
Mm, to a little bit. Yeah, it's so funny that you say that. Have you ever had trouble concentrating? Have you ever gone through periods where there's maybe so much on your plate that you really can't focus on individual tasks?
Yeah, when there's too much on my plate or I'm feeling a feeling of stress,
Yeah,
overwhelm. I think
yeah.
that makes me feel like that sometimes. Um, but it's all based on the condition or the circumstance at the time. So,
Circumstantial.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I would say same, similar to you. Like, I think now there's just so much going on. End of school year, semester just ended, travel plans coming up. So I think we're all a little scattered. So I don't think
right.
it's just me. So, but yeah, a little bit of trouble concentrating.
Yeah, that means so when you're having trouble concentrating, it's probably best to meditate.
Oh my gosh, you're giving me my prescription. You're right.
Well, I'm taking it too because I
Oh,
definitely need to do that more of that, please.
thank you for that. I'm going to do that in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's just, it's just the timing and with everything going on. So not necessarily like that's a general thing for you.
Hmm.
So that's good. So we'll put a little dot on that one,
Yeah.
but not like, yeah, this is something that I'm struggling with, right?
No,
All right,
not
good.
all the
Very good. Negative thoughts about oneself and others.
time. I think when I don't get a lot of alone time, I start to feel a little like I don't get a lot of self care. Like meditation makes me feel good, going on walks, exercising. So when I don't do those things, I tend to sometimes feel like, oh, I look heavy in this outfit, or I feel bloated or uncomfortable in my skin sometimes. So I think, yeah, sometimes even getting like 20 minutes to yourself can like recharge
Mhm.
you. But like I think we've mentioned this before, not going on your phone to scroll, right? That doesn't count as self-care. Um, Not going to store to run errands. That's really not that's retail therapy, but that's not like self-care.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, to answer your question, not so much. Just feeling like I know what I need to feel good about myself, and I haven't done those things.
Okay. But you're aware of when it's actually
Oh yeah.
happening. Okay.
Oh yes, I feel like I'm able to like understand, oh, this thought is because I'm not taking care of myself or I have been eating way too much ice cream and not going on a walk like I normally do or like writing in my journal in the morning when no one's awake yet. So,
Hmm.
yes.
That's good.
Uh,
I love that.
yeah. Thanks for asking that question.
Yes, of course. So low self image. I guess that kind of.
I think yes, it ties in so well. I think it's because of not having self-care time or alone time that you start to see yourself in a shrouded lens in a way. I mean, not everyone, but like me personally, I'm noticing, oh, when I don't take care of myself, I start to not feel great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And you're again aware of those feelings and
Yeah.
why.
Hmm.
Like you can
Yeah.
justify why. Uh,
Yes.
Feeling tired, fatigued on a typical day.
Oh, now you're saying that. I'm like, yeah. I'm tired. I feel tired. Yes. Um, do I always? You know, again, young children, do you I think towards it's almost 8 o'clock my time in the evening. So around this time is when my energy does get tired. But if you ask me in the morning, no, I feel pretty energized
That's
after my
good. So you
coffee.
start off obviously when you're doing more
Yes, yes,
busier. Yeah, you're doing more activities and you're physically moving, or
right.
even using your mental space too. I know that sometimes that
Yes.
working, you're teaching, you're a professor, so I
Mm-hmm.
would imagine all that
Yeah,
information download and then having to give information and then the exchange of energies, all
yeah.
And you teach how many classes now?
So they're two classes, but four or two courses, four classes, and they're back to back. So from 8 o'clock to 3:30, with a little 1 hour break to have lunch. So it's a lot of it's busy on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's 2 days a week, but it's busy, but
Yeah,
it's manageable and
right.
it's enjoyable.
Yeah. Do you
Most
also feel energized after each
it
class
depends
or
on the class, but usually I do.
okay.
I think the having a back and forth with students is really great and beneficial. But if you work in an office and you love your coworkers and you enjoy the exchange, then I can imagine people also being energized by whoever they're around.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So we won't mark that one. I mean,
No.
seems like you're pretty energized throughout the day, although, obviously you do get tired. That's
Yeah.
understandable. And lastly, difficulty making decisions.
Sometimes, um, I think just lately, maybe yes, because of added pressures and stresses externally, but day to day, not really.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really circumstantial. And I appreciate you asking these questions because for those of us listening, maybe people are listening, they're like, well, actually, I am going through that right now. I am
Mm-hmm.
feeling lack of energy. I am feeling unmotivated and I can't make decisions. So I appreciate you asking those because maybe somebody has those things. So knowing, if people answered like 3 out of 6 of those questions, would you consider them maybe mild or moderate, highly functioning depressed?
So this is what I'll say. So, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, right,
Mhm.
if you experience some of these symptoms
Uh-huh.
most of the day, so
Mhm.
some may mean, I would say 1 to 3, well, 2 to 3 is probably too many,
Yeah.
and nearly every day. So, it's more so the consistency of those symptoms. Like for example, if I'm feeling, I don't know, low energy today, fatigued, um, but then tomorrow I'm more energized and,
Yeah.
I probably got good rest during the evening and I'm kind of back to my normal self. I would say that's not considered high functioning depression.
Got it. So that's circumstantial.
Circumstantial, yes. Um, and also the consistency, also something to pay attention to is if you're actually feeling this for at least 2 weeks, so consecutively for 2 weeks. So
Oh,
this
that's
means
a good marker. Okay.
Mhm.
So if I was going through this the last week, that doesn't count.
Right. Yeah, so I would say if you're experiencing those again, some of these symptoms, meaning 2 to 3, that's probably too many, nearly every single day, and also consecutively for 2 weeks.
Hmm.
It's something that you should pay attention to or
And
seek
go get
for
maybe
help.
go see somebody, talk to would you recommend talking to your general practitioner first, like a norm general doctor or um
I would start there because sometimes too these feelings are also attributed to, it could be something medical that's going
Mhm.
on. It could be maybe lack of vitamins, things like that that sometimes we don't really consider, and having those checked out, and then just making sure all your vital signs, everything is checking out. I would also encourage finding a therapist,
Yeah,
or it doesn't
definitely.
always have to be a therapist, but like a trusted friend or a trusted person in your life that you can talk to
Yeah,
about what
you're
you
right.
might be going through, what you might be feeling. Um, Groups are always helpful, like finding groups. I always encourage my clients to, and we also seek out groups, supportive groups for them to join too, like groups that
Great.
might be, you know, people that might be experiencing and going through the same or similar things.
Yeah.
Community, right? Finding community. You can definitely heal through community. I think that's always helpful.
Yeah.
Um, Self-soothing techniques, finding some of those. Breath work is a big one.
Yeah.
You know, paying attention to how we're breathing. Sometimes we're, well, I would say most times we're not breathing correctly, um,
You
and
are
that
absolutely right.
can definitely affect our mood, our thinking, our physical state and well-being.
Yeah, that's a great one. Just taking a deep breath and not feeling hurried. I think I think so many times we feel like hurried, like we need to fix something too. Like if
Mhm.
we're not feeling good, we need to hurry up and fix it.
Right. Yeah, and that, and then also maybe finding, so feeling hurried, maybe feeling that your plate is too full, maybe you're saying yes in too many areas, and maybe you need to cut down on like what you're packing your schedule with. You know, kind of really reassessing that, like where, how am I allocating my time and energy, and you know, am I putting too much on my plate, and where can I maybe ask for help.
Mm.
Sometimes we don't really know how to ask for help, and I think
Mm.
to,
No, how many of us really do ask for help,
hmm,
and like do it without feeling guilty or that we're burdening somebody?
right, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's these are really great
And I
tips
know
to.
you're big on meditation. You can kind of,
I've not done that in more than a week since I've had a visitor, a guest. I feel like, yes, that's a whole nother episode. How to take care of yourself when you have a lot of guests around you or during the holidays, during summer break. How do you keep up your routines when you're on the go and when your circumstances are different because of holidays or visitors or family staying over?
right, and maybe not, you know, overwhelming yourself with too
Yeah.
many things, or, you know, just so many tasks.
Hmm.
Yeah, what would you suggest?
Going on a long vacation.
Well,
No.
if we
um,
can't take a vacation, what can we do?
no, that was you know what? I'm saying this as I'm coming off of like hosting for a week, having two friends in town, having a family member with a terminal illness, the end of the school year for my daughter, the end of the school year for me. So many things are on my plate right now, and I feel like I'm bursting sometimes. But I think I'm having to learn to say no more and just take the time for myself and just say no early rather than saying yes to this play date when I really want to just rest, right? Telling my husband I'm going to be gone for 2 hours in the afternoon and just going to the water by myself and sitting and just being. Also, I think having a good therapist or someone to talk to or a trusted friend, like you mentioned, just to talk about, just letting them know, hey, do you have a moment so I can share how I'm feeling, or may I express something without any feedback right away? I think I think being able to express that before you make a phone call is so important, because a lot of us, like me, I want to hear how someone else is doing. I kind of feel bad going right into, I'm feeling this and that, rather than saying, hey, how are you? Like, tell me a little bit about what's going on. But I think in real good, trusted, loving friendships, you can call someone and be like, hey, do you have a moment? Can I share something? And they will open, like we've done that to with each other. And it is such a blessing, because it's like a rare, true friendship where you're able to express yourself. And doing that, calling a friend, and you're right, making sure you're taking your vitamins, you're eating well, you're hydrated.
You're
Because
hydrated.
sometimes
Oh,
it's
yeah, that's,
weird.
yeah, I did
Yeah,
forget to mention that too. Yeah.
yeah. Like a lot of times we're tired, we're hungry because we're thirsty.
Hmm.
It's, now we see people with their water bottles, like their comfort water bottles, but it's really great that people are doing that. I mean, when we were growing up as kids, I think we drank a sip of water from the water fountain once a
Yeah.
day for our water. How did we survive?
I don't know. I felt like we just did that because we were hot, or we were like, we had to. Oh, I'm thirsty. I'm hot. Or like you're running around. You're like, I need water,
I
but
need a sip, and you'll just take a sip from like the
you
little
just,
water fountain. Nobody carried water bottles.
right.
What?
No,
I
it's
mean, that's
very
big.
true.
We
Yeah.
had Capri Suns for our lunch, but we
Right.
didn't. But yeah, hydrating. Now we know better. We will
Mhm.
carry the big bottle of water,
Yeah.
making sure your brain is hydrated, your body is hydrated. It's just so simple when you think about the little things. Of course, a vacation is so lovely, but there's so many simple things that we can do that we have to remind ourselves to do. And if we're lucky, we have friends that will be like, hey, I think you need to do this. I think you need to sit, eat some food, drink some water.
Yeah. And sometimes it is that simple, like one, two, three kind of thing. And we don't really think about those little simple habits, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'm just not properly hydrated right now. And
Yeah,
that causes all kinds of other things. So
it
I do
does.
love that. That was a great reminder for sure. Stay
Let's all take
hydrated.
a sip of water. Everyone watching this, just stop and go grab a glass of water, or your koozie, or your bottle of water. Or what do you call those? The big Stanley cups.
Oh, that yeah, that's like the new thing now. So
All the little girls have them. I think all the
yes,
little elementary school.
yeah, that. But I'm glad. I'm glad that that's actually like a healthy
Yeah.
trend to
Hmm.
get everyone to carry their water bottles.
Yeah. I said koozie at first. I was like, what's a koozie? That's what you hold like beer. No, not that.
Not that. Let's not do that.
No.
So yeah, that's really good. I like all the suggestions you've made. I think it's very helpful to keep those in mind, and also for those that are listening, watching, just being mindful of the symptoms that we went down the list, sharing out today. It's definitely, like I said, if you have at least two to three of these symptoms, it's something to definitely pay attention to.
Yes. And I would love, for people to reach out to help and not be ashamed to, friends are great, but if you feel like you are experiencing more of these symptoms, to go to a trusted, therapist, or even your general practitioner,
Right.
because they can tell you what you need to do. They'll check your vitals, and then they'll refer you, if need be, to psychologist, psychiatrist, therapist, counselor, any of those, to get you the help that you need. I think that is so important,
So
and absolutely no shame.
no, definitely not. That's what they're there for.
Mhm.
So good.
Thank you for
Anything
bringing
else?
this topic up, Lucy.
Yeah, this is good. I like it too because I also had to think about the list for myself as well.
Yeah,
Um, and I was, well, I should say this, that I am, I guess, pleasantly not surprised, but I am happy that I'm not experiencing a lot of these symptoms. And so
great.
it's good for me to even reflect on these and think
Yeah,
about and kind of like, check in, um, and make sure
absolutely.
that we're good. So, yeah.
Hmm.
And I think, like you, a lot of when I do feel some of these, it's
Hmm.
due to like circumstantial, just maybe I've had a long week, or maybe my week,
Mm-hmm.
certain weeks are more packed than usual, or I've,
Yeah.
or I've overbooked myself.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And it's so easy to do when you're so used to saying yes.
Yeah. And I think saying no, is also saying yes to you, and just being mindful of that, like
Oh, that's such a
realistically.
good one. Say
Yeah.
yes to yourself. Yes.
How much can I do at this moment? And that's definitely a part of self-care as well, is being able to say yes to you.
Definitely.
So good.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
If
no, thank
anyone
you.
has any questions, please feel free to ask when we post this. We love getting questions from all of the listeners. If there's a topic that they want to hear about, if there's something they want us to cover, please ask us questions. We will most likely answer them. And we
Yeah,
love hearing from them. We love hearing from everybody.
we do. And it's been really amazing interacting with our community,
Yeah.
answering questions, being open to feedback and suggestions, and also covering certain topics that, we've been getting some suggestions on. Oh, I think you should talk about this, or,
Yeah.
so I do appreciate that. And like I said, this is our community, so we're bringing to you, topics and discussions that are beneficial for all of us.
Yeah, we hope
As
this was
we,
beneficial to everybody listening.
yeah, as we navigate, you know, all of the life's, I wouldn't call them challenges, but just reality and things that
Yeah.
we're not, we're not alone in dealing
Yes.
with them, right? So, and each of the topics that we do cover, we are either, you and I are going through them ourselves or have experienced them. Um, and
Or know
then,
somebody who's gone through it.
yeah, having a family member or loved one or someone close to us that's going through it. So it's personal, and we do have, and then our professional backings too. So we're
Thank
very
you.
fortunate to have this platform.
Thank you.
All right. And please remember to join our community on Instagram. It's at Women's Wellness Podcast, where we bring you an episode a week. And also, we have questions, inspirational quotes, and engagements on there. So we're always excited to see you, take part.
Thank you.
Until the next time, sending you also so much love. Be well.